Hello and welcome back to map guides for Manoeuvres. We will start with North Pilsen today. That's obvious. Anyway, yeah, the strat is you're putting two here, the rest are going field. You have this guy doing this run basically. He either goes like this if he sees nothing. Like if he sees nothing coming, he can go like all the way to here. If he does see something, then he obviously turns in and comes back to the mid or the I don't know coal piles or whatever you want to call them. You then have these people going like this. You have one guy sniping just in case they're full playing this. And yeah, so if they full come towards the coal piles, you have like two options. Most likely, you're going to just hold this with your triple heavy tank and probably rotate one medium, maybe even two mediums. If you have enough time, you might even rotate one of these heavies all the way down to try and get control of like behind them, basically to force them to pressure into your like good crossfire, right? Because you have these two guys, hopefully a guy on top, and they can't really push in this. And if you can get control of this, then GG. If they have like one here, you might be able to pressure it, but it is risky. Obviously, they can shoot through the gap, and I think there might be a window here that they can shoot through as well. Um, Not a window, but another gap. So yeah, but most of the time, people are taking like passive approaches, so they put like I don't know one here, some here, some here, and maybe one down the zero line. Most of the time, if you think you can kill this guy like easily, and there's not a shit ton here, then you can peek him and kill him. Um, or you just keep on going like this and try and get all the way out wide here and start a fight on this corner. Yeah, but obviously you need to be careful that their whole team is not sitting here before you do this. You obviously see if this, this medium tank should get a decent spot off on this because what if they're slow tanks, he will see them. But I don't know if they're fast or medium tanks with good camo. Obviously, you won't see this cross, but normally you should have a good idea on what they're doing. If you see nothing, the CS sees nothing. Most of the time they're playing like the city, so most of the time you just want to take this side with like two, and then probably come back with the rest to like on the edge of this. It depends on what they're doing. You can't really cap on Pilsen, so I would not recommend going town really ever. So I probably won't even show you a town strat because I just don't think there's a point because you can never cap. Um, but yeah, if they do go down themselves, so you just take this ridge off them. If you think there might be something here, then you can go kill him, depending on if he has backup. Normally they don't though, or they have one guy, and it should be okay just to YOLO him. And you just need to take positions on the outside of the factory and make sure these guys can't get YOLO'd like this. You might even send your guy up to like towards here just so they can't sneak anything in your base. And then then it's just a choice of whatever you see. Basically, I can't really. There could be many things, but you just need to pick a side that looks weak and go for it. Or if you can pick a tank up, then I would do it. If there's maybe a guy here, you might be able to just YOLO and peek him from like two sides. If there's a guy here, you definitely just kill him. You have this crossfire, and you can probably just play in the corner, or you can play here. Or there is like some bushes I think you might be able to maybe shoot, but I think most of the time you just have to come to here and shoot. Or, you come to here and shoot, or peek on the corner, you just kill this guy. It should be a pretty free kill. You could even go like this if they're not watching the mid. But that's kind of it. So, yeah, if they pressure 190, you can hold this and wait for getting the zero line or pressuring this. If you can't do either, then it's probably just a stalemate, and you have to see what you can rotate out and decide which side you're probably pushing, which is most likely this side. You get your medium tank to like go into one of these bushes. If you can rotate out like two more, you can do that, and then you pressure it with three. But obviously you need to make sure that they're not just sitting on the top of this before you do this, so you're not just pushing into a lot of their team. Yeah, and yeah, if they go city, then you just take this side for free and then decide which side you want to push out, basically. Yeah. Right. Another strat. This is basically just a different a variation of going field, but you have only one guy here now, and then you have this other heavy that was here going to push the 0 line. He can probably go like this if he's fast enough. Obviously, your slow tank is here, most likely, if you have a slow one. That's normally why I go here with 2 tanks on the other strat, because I normally have 2 slow tanks. But if you have a full fast lineup, then you can definitely get a guy like a 260, probably like this, without being spotted. Unless, you know, if you see a CS going like this, then probably jump off and go the long way. But if not, you can just go like this. He's probably pressuring this CS or bat, whatever fast tank you have, will then go to go to the 0 line with him, and then you pressure out together. Obviously, as long as you think you're not just pushing into death, and their team is either here or, you know, maybe here. And the advantage of this is, like, you probably still have this guy, because you have a heavy tank here, you should be okay. If for some reason you see nothing and get caught here, you obviously will just have to jump with everything and jump into this fight and see if you win, because there is no other way you'll possibly win it. And the rest is basically the same. If they play city, you take this with 2, come back and cover this guy. He probably should just come onto this rubble pile so he's more safe. If there's a guy here, you kill him. If they're trying to cap, you just come to here or here and shoot the cap. And you should be completely fine. And it's a stalemate. You decide what side you want to push. Yeah. Obviously, again, if there is a guy here or pressured up here, you can probably just peek on him and try and kill him. They're only safe if they go back here, basically, or uncatchable, I guess. But sometimes they have one here and they're pushing 0 line with like 4. You know, if they're heavily pushing this, obviously you won't see it until pretty late. But normally, if they have like a guy here, then you might be able to just come up to like here and peek on him. But you do need to be careful you don't get like re-pushed from like some weird angle. But yeah, that's kind of it. Very quick. Right, here is an actual replay for once from the first day of Manoeuvres. And yeah. So, excuse my bad driving. There we go. Very calm. Aren't we cool? Anyway, yeah. So we're just going full field here. Obviously, I send my slower tanks to the factory. And we are just pressuring, you know, this side of the map. This KPZ is crossing like this, which is very dangerous. Obviously, we can shoot him. I'm in time to shoot him. Manoeuvres is as well, and he just misses. Unfortunate. This KPZ, after all, has some armor. Yeah, I mean, we see 2 here, 1 here. We can guess that they are playing field because they have a tank or tanks here. We just need to know where they are. Zitin went a bit aggressive, and obviously found their team. So we are forced to basically just, because, you know, they have 4 out, we need to go pressure the group of 3, right? Pretty simple. Obviously, Zitin tries to trade himself off decently. I mean, that's not bad. It's like 1,500 for a bat. It's not awful. But, yeah, we're forced to push through the, I don't know, factory area, kill this KPZ, and catch these 2. And while these people are trying to YOLO back in to our fight. Obviously, we take a lot of damage in doing so, because we still have to cross in the open for the 2 heavies. But, you know, we do get away with 1, so it's really not that bad. And this bad jet's forced to come over to kill all 13, and now we kill him. Now, since he's forced to do that, so really not bad at all. And he dies. And now the game is basically over, because, you know, 4 guns for 2, and we have all the health, and yeah, now it's just over. So we can just go finish the game. But yeah, I mean, you do need to make sure that they are not just YOLOing down the 0 line. Maybe it's even better just to send your medium tank to, like, I think here has enough free range to watch this cross, but you do need to go down it straight. So I mean, that's what you could do. I don't know. This setup, yeah. So you could go like this and to here, which I think, you know, with the medium tank that's spotting, and you should be able to see them crossing, hopefully. Though I think there is low ground where they might not be able to be seen. And I guess I guess you're okay. If you spot to the train cars, which is back here, so you should be fine. As long as you're fast enough. So I guess the ideal route is like this, and then you go to like here and spot this cross. I don't know if you're fast enough. Maybe a CS probably is fast enough for a light tank, but right, here is the second replay from North. Yeah, another replay from the first day of campaign. Or maneuvers, I guess, not even campaign anymore. Anyway, yeah, I mean, same thing again. We're just going field with 5 tanks basically and 2 on the doorway. Again, we see 2 people here, so they're most likely playing the field. We see this IS-7. Obviously, you cannot cross like this. He probably doesn't have grousers, so he gets punished by our people. I swear that wasn't the case last season. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Anyway, this TVP is overextended. As I said, if anything goes to hit, you can just pressure him with your 4 tanks, and you just murder him. Obviously, I just take a full clip, or I guess 900. Maybe he bounces one, and now he dies. And because, you know, we get a punish on this cross as well, we can just peek on these 2 people as well. They pressure across the factory area, whatever, so we just pick up that guy. They have a 114 here. Obviously, this is very nice for them because they have crossfire on these 2 heavy tanks that are trying to run away. Could be an argument that we should have sent 2 here to kill him quickly, but yeah, I just wanted 3 guns to be punishing this instead. I mean, the game is effectively over. Like, we will kill the 114, and they are pressured to get these 2 kills to basically get their points from this game. But yeah, now the game is very much over. Nothing really else to talk about, just clean up. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, if they overextend in the coal piles, whatever you want to call them, then yeah, go murder them, especially if they're TVPs. Right, now for south, this, I mean, again, Pilsen is a very symmetrical map, so you're just gonna be doing the same thing, but from south, really. So again, you have your 2 heavy tanks here. They can maybe punish if there's something crossing, if they're fast enough, obviously. You have this guy doing either this run or this run, depends on... I mean, you can do maybe this run instead, but you do need to be careful because you might get tapped from here, so this run might be more safe, but like, it's up to you if you want to do this run or the more safe run. Obviously, if it's like a 9 or 7 you're doing this with or trying to, obviously you have to push him this way because you might just get tapped on this cross. But yeah, these heavy tanks are crossing like this. They can be spotted by the if it's a CS crossing maybe, but normally you should be okay. So you'll have to see. You have to see how you go. But yeah, again, same thing kind of applies. If they pressure this, then you can just hold here, rotate this guy out, and probably come to the 9-0 with maybe one of these heavy tanks as well. Push this out. Maybe this guy joins, if or not. It's like, again, up to you. But you should be okay. Like, if they dump into this and you have 3, you just jump over and you help them, and you should be okay. Because you have good crossfire from here and here, so you should be okay. If they go heavy 9-0, it like kind of depends. Well, I mean, I guess you won't see it, and if they have nothing in between, then you might get baited into pushing this side, but really depends on if you spot a lot here. But yeah, I can't really explain more than I already have from North. Like, it really depends on what you see and what you don't see and what you think the enemy team is doing. Obviously, if you see like nothing, you know, you peek this angle with one of the heavy tanks and you don't even get spotted from up here, then you probably can guess at their city. But I think most people are playing 9-0. So you just need to see how it goes. Mostly it's just, if you can get a free kill here, you should go for it if he's overcommitted. And if not, it's mostly probably about pushing the 9-0 because you can't really do much else. You can rotate and see if you can capture this guy out. Like, if you really are very unsure and you think they're just sitting on their ass doing nothing, your probably next target is this guy. Like you'd probably just, I mean, I guess this goes for north as well, same thing, but you'd probably again try and rotate out with like a few tanks, maybe three, probably four actually. Yeah, five, I guess. It is 7v7. Um, so you would just come out with these guys. I mean, you probably want to leave a medium tank here so he's actually can actually come to the fight. But yeah, you have these guys here. They're just watching the zero line if anything happening here, and from here you can basically just go kill this guy, or if there's people here, you can just go kill them and expect to repush them from them. Um, yeah, that's kind of it, really. I will show you one city strat that I thought of, but I honestly wouldn't use this. I think playing field is so much better. And yeah, this is from like 3 campaigns ago, when people were playing city in the beginning. But yeah, the idea is basically you're pushing city, you're going like this with 3 tanks, and it's either your choice of going like this with the other two, or going like this with the other two. And the idea is if they're trying to split and they put a guy here or somewhere, like somewhere in this box, you basically just overpush them and kill them before they have time to re-push you. You have this guy just watching the south and what's happening. If he sees a lot coming, obviously he has to run fully. He cannot stay here. You have no cover. Run fully, probably back to here. And yeah, if they are playing the 9-0, obviously you're a gun up. If you catch anything in the field, but most likely you will catch nothing, and then you are split map, and it will be a slow game of what side you want to push. Normally, this push is pretty cool, but it really depends on when it gets spotted. But yeah, mostly this push is nice because you don't really get shot from the field, really. I think there's like a bit of low ground here where it's kind of a harder shot than here. And you have these two kind of buildings that can cover you most of the way as well. Especially from like this position, because the opposite. If you repush your side, they're sitting here. They punish you coming in, but I guess you get spotted here. But yeah, I don't know. Like it is just you decide which way you're pushing and you push it. I don't know. Let's say we're pushing this, for example. I'd probably send like 2 like this and 4 like this. And let's say this guy's like he's probably like back here, right? And yeah, you just push it, see what happens. If you win or you lose, you go next. But yeah, that's kind of it for this strat. I mean, if for some reason they're going city, you would just stop. Like the CS should get info, or whatever medium tech you have that goes here should see info. These guys will obviously probably take contact as well, and yeah, then you might be able to like go into the cap if you're fast enough. If they're like full city, you might be able to just like go like this. If they've not broken the doorways, like you could probably just go into this and cut off this exit, put 3 in the cap, and force them to come through this, and this guy can come out here or to here. If there's a guy out wide, if not, he can come straight to here. This guy can probably just run back to here or here, but most likely here is fine. And then you just pressure the cap, really. Let's just say you have, like, I don't know, 2 on this side, 1 on this side, 1 here, maybe even 2. And then you just sit like this. And yeah, you see what happens. But obviously, if they're pushing city, they might come here and they shoot you on your cross, and they come around to here, and you're forced to push. And it's a bit messy, but yeah, most of the time, I don't know. You can punish this cross if you destroy the door. If they push force, you just punish them, and then you can probably re-push into them. And yeah, you just take a round with this guy, and you sit if you want, and just wait for them to do something. Yeah, that's kind of it. Right, here is a YouTube video, I guess, with from South. I don't think I've gotten South Pilsen like a lot. This is a video from like a year ago, so apologies, but the meta has changed quite stupidly. This is with the time when like BZs would have that bug, of like when they got spotted while boosting, the games would crash. Anyway, yeah, I should start off with the opening a little bit. But yeah, we have a very slow opening because we have slow tanks, basically. I have a 260 BZ 5A that I guess I could have sent to the 9-0, but I probably would have to send the E5 up there as well to cover. It's just, I don't know. Like with this many slow tanks, it probably is, you're kind of not forced, but like it probably is better for the town. But I mean, nothing kind of stops you from playing the 9-0 with this setup. He definitely could have. But yeah, this was obviously we have strike in this because this was just I guess this wasn't the time of the BZ bug because this was just in skirms as practice. But yeah, I don't. This was obviously very different from the meta nowadays because you just most people have realized now that you just can't cap from that side or any side, I guess. So yeah, but as you kind of saw, like we set up somewhat passively. As soon as we saw them coming down, we came in from like the 9-0. And we're just pressuring the city again because of this cap circle. The people on G5, and if you get like if you control your building side, you should be able to crossfire the people in the cap with little problems. Probably keep one guy on G4, and they can't really be pushed anymore. Nice Amarak on the 50B, but yeah, I mean, kind of the game's over now. I'll very quickly speed it up to not waste time. But yeah, I mean, again, the game's not like fully over because they have double CS still, but we just need to kill this 277 and then it's over because our HP and the gun advantage is just a lot easier, a lot harder for the enemy team to manage. But yeah. But yeah, pretty successful round. But yeah, I mean, just very quickly, I'll go over the rotations again. But yeah, we see double BZ, so there's no need to really go out wide. You could make the point that maybe staying with one out wide might have been fine, but I don't think it was needed. You could have told the RHM really to go wide, but we see the CS. He's leaving probably to go back to here, more than likely. So I think just staying in these positions here, we just cancels their cap basically, and we can just eventually just kill them off angles. Yeah, there's not really any good places to hide in the cap, so you can basically never cap the space. Obviously, this is stronghold, so I had strike here, but even without strike, I still think we win this. Though I mean, we are like 4k down to be fair, so maybe we wouldn't. But yeah, I think then BZs will eventually get crossfired. I mean, I don't think my strike is doing a lot of damage. Yeah, it's not doing that much to be honest. So yeah, um, yeah. I mean, that's just like the town strat, I guess. If you're gonna go, if you have a slow setup, I guess just set up on every side of the map. Here is another video from South. Yeah, I think this is literally the only two replays I have from South Pilsen, so yeah, not great ones to choose from. But anyway, yeah, again, you see that we are pushing the city. This was meta. Technically going the one line is a lot safer. But I think nowadays, like, no one is going city, so I do think you can push through 3 line. But if you do feel like you get spotted doing that, then definitely one line is much better to surprise this guy here. But yeah, as you can see, like we sent our E50M to go spot the 9-0. Technically, that probably best would have been a CS, but we sent the CS to G6 to see if we see anything crossing straight. But yeah, we catch that BZ, this E5 we punish as well a little bit. The E50M ran fully, which is very nice. And now we I mean, it's either we just keep on pushing through B line like now, technically, we could have. Or we stop and regroup and push something, but yeah, I think I hesitate. To be fair, I should have just sent it down B line with all my heavy tanks, really. But yeah, We choose a bit more of a difficult way to do it. So like we kind of just try and isolate these people in a crossfire, which I mean it worked okay. We are 5k up. This E50M now has shots on the back of the like these I7s, I think. So like technically this game is pretty easy. Like technically all you could have done is just sent DJ south with the E50M, and the E50M never gets repushed and he will just farm the wall. But yeah, because they're all close, we can just kind of like repressure them from all sides. But I also think pushing B-line would have also definitely worked here, but you know, it's fine. A win is a win. So yeah, that's kind of it.